Hello, hi everybody. It is us again on night two, night two of our cruise. And boy, we had a pretty jam-packed, eventful day. Day that I think it's fair to say really probably zapped all of our energy just because of how busy it was, just the amount of fun and the sun that we had. It's been nonstop, but it's been pretty amazing. So today was, the aim of today was to have a great day at...
Perfect day.
A perfect day, excuse me.
At Coco K.
Perfect day at Coco K, yes.
I'd say it was.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So people were able to disembark from the boat at 8 a.m. and you could get off the boat. You could either take a shuttle tram, I guess what they call it.
Yep.
Drive across a short bridge and drop you off. We elected to take the tram. Why not? Your ground warrant as it was. So we did that, and then we got over there, and we had our sights set on a particular beach today to start off the day, right?
We did. So we had to take the tram through to the front of the island, and then we transferred to another tram that goes basically the length of the island, makes a couple of different stops along the way. And we wanted to start at the farthest point on the island. Basically, you're on the back end of the island. And we went to a beach called South Beach, which is probably the most quiet and calm out of all the beaches on the island. And it was just awesome. So we did do breakfast in the Windjammer buffet before we got off the boat.
That's right.
Just so that we started our day off right. And even taking the time to do breakfast and getting off the ship at about, I would say, 8:30ish.
Yeah.
And by the time we did the one tram from the boat and then the other tram across the island, there was tons of areas to sit. Even at that time, we got loungers right at the front of the beach.
Did. There's no shortage of lounge chairs at all.
Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, really, no shortage at all. No. And I wouldn't say we were the first ones there, but yet you're right. We got great seats. We got 2 seats right away on the front row. We're all of 25 feet from the waterline. So we had our picking for all intents and purposes.
We did, and the beach is beautiful and the water is amazing. For that early in the morning, we were just able to walk into the ocean. It was the most amazing temperature, and so we spent the bulk of the morning there. Waited till the snack shack opened up at that spot. Had a little snack.
What a snack! Okay, like seriously, okay. So they had a lot of different food. I mean, you could have made a meal if you really wanted to. Sure, it's called the Snack Shack. But you could have had a meal. We had our intentions to go do have our full meal lunch a little bit later. We'll tell you about that in a moment. But so yeah, we decided to get a snack, and they had cheese sticks. And it came, so you got a little paper container with 4 cheese sticks and some marinara sauce. And those were huge cheese sticks.
Yeah.
They were better. I would say that they were better than most cheese sticks that I've had at restaurants.
Yep.
And they were delicious. They tasted hot and fresh. I was absolutely surprised. We had some desserts there.
Right. We had cookies. I had a funnel cake. They make these little funnel cakes, like individual size, and just some fun food. on the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah, the seagulls are in full effect, and people who were not paying attention might have been the victim of seagulls swooping in to steal a French fry or whatnot. You need to kind of guard your food just a little bit, but it wasn't, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds or anything. It was more
At
entertaining.
points it was. He's such a liar. Guys, caution. When they tell you or warn you, like, don't leave your food unattended, like, don't put your food down, don't put your food down. They are quick and they swoop in. And, I mean, we saw seagulls carrying off whole cheese sticks today. So, yeah, they're quick. People laughed a lot at what you saw these birds doing, but they obviously know when it's feeding time.
I do. I first noticed the birds when we were out in the water, and as you're out in the water, they've actually got so all the lounge shares have umbrellas already there, no additional cost. So everybody who's in a chair, you've got covering, which is fantastic. But even as you go out to the water, there's actually these grass umbrellas of sorts. I'm sure I'm not calling them the right thing.
Little tiki umbrellas.
There you go. Out in the water. So, which that was a pleasant surprise too. So as you're out there enjoying the water, enjoying, just they're not big waves. It's not, but just having a great time. You can go get under the umbrella that's out there. Again, probably another 30 feet off the water line where we were at today.
I would say the whole purpose of them is to just give you some shelter from the sun if need be, because they don't really, I don't think they serve much more of a purpose than that, but I think they realize that people are out in full sun, and it just gives you the opportunity to duck into some shade if necessary, which is absolutely necessary from time to time. Yeah. We did a lot of applying of sunscreen today over and over again, and we are still very much red. But you just try your best to protect yourself that way. But after we were done at South Beach, we took the tram again. We decided to switch up where we were lounging. We went from South Beach to basically the front of the island. So we went to Chill Island. In Chill Island, it's a much more busier spot because it's the first beach you hit when you get off the boats. It's where all the water excursions are. It's also where the really big beach buffet is. So just a much more busier spot. If that's where you want to be for your day, I would say get off the ship early and claim your spot. But with that being said, we switched over there, I think around 12:15, and we got off the tram and we had absolutely no problem still at that time of day finding two loungers to put our stuff at and to jump into the beach. So even if you're going to that area a little bit later, I think people are constantly like moving around everywhere. From spot to spot to enjoy the whole island, that I think you're able to like get somewhere to sit.
Yeah, it was definitely busier, but I wouldn't say it was overly crowded. Like I didn't feel like we had to, constantly push ourselves out of the way or fear of coming in contact with somebody else and encroaching in their space or them encroaching in ours. It actually worked out great, and there's as she said, the excursions are there, so you can go take jet skis out into the water. You can go do not a bottomless boat. What was it called?
Glass bottom boat.
Take that out into the water. Probably a few others, and it was great. Again, lots of sun. The water was just beautiful today, right? I mean, it's definitely that much clear water. That Caribbean water experience that you're always thinking and dreaming about, right? It was really perfect. I was really happy to be able to do all that. The seagulls were there too, so watch out for them. I would say there were a few times that it was a little bit more chaotic there, but That was probably because more and more people were getting food at that time. And then after we left there, we went to go get lunch.
We did. So we did the beach buffet. It's the chill grill. It's big, lots of areas to sit. You have the option to like stay around the buffet and eat. You could take the stuff back to your loungers. You don't have to stick to one place versus another. By then, we were wanting a little bit of a break from the sun. So the nice thing about Chill Grill is they absolutely have quite a few tables in the shade. And they're big enough tables where, like, even if you can't find one by yourself, we shared a table with 2 other people.
Yeah.
And there's lots of room. There's tons of room. The buffet itself, I would say, was awesome for something that was at the beach. It had a lot of different options, different kinds of, like, sandwiches, salads. It had chicken, corn, French fries, tacos, nachos.
Yeah, they had
tons of stuff.
They had not only did they have like the grill, kind of more traditional grill area. Yeah, they had a whole dedicated area called the taco bar, right?
Yeah.
And today they had pork, steak, and chicken for carnitas, and just again, you had choices. You had flexibility, and we did find a place to sit next to 2 nice people, and you definitely want to find a place in the shade on a day like today because, like we said, the sun was in full effect.
Yep.
And you're right. It's impressive seeing that grill, not just being at the beach, but the fact that you're on an island so far.
And they're able to do it all.
And we have so much here. You're just wondering how they trek all that in, how they make all that happen. But anyway,
Yep.
The food was absolutely delicious.
It was. And then after we were done there, we decided, we were like, okay, what to stop at the buffet without getting an ice cream cone? So we got ice cream. We took our walk over to Oasis Lagoon pool, which was going to be our last stop of the day, which is, I think they said, the biggest freshwater pool found in the Bahamas.
At least the Bahamas.
Yeah. And this pool is incredible. To know that it's built on this private island is just amazing. It's massive. It's got the most awesome swim up bar right in the middle of it. And everyone's just there having a good time. They play awesome music there. Again, lots and lots of loungers, spaces to sit.
So they had
just a really fun environment.
They had a bar, a poolside bar.
Yeah.
Let me say it better. They had a bar that had both your walk-up side, like most bars have, and then you had the pool side.
Yep.
And it was plenty busy. But, once you got your drink, it was not unusual at all that you would see somebody just swimming around with their drink in their hand. In the middle of the pool, or they're just hanging outside the pool, and just having a good time. And I gotta tell you what, especially for all the amount of red fruity drinks that a lot of people had, you didn't see one drop of it in the pool. You never saw any accidents. You just people knew what they were doing.
People just having fun, relaxing, having a really good time. The nice thing is on the island, if you are on any kind of packages, whether it's the soda package, drink package, it follows you off onto the island. Yeah. So if you're planning on getting a drink package, whether it's the most simplest or, the alcohol drink package, as long as, and you have to have your sea pass to get off the boat. Yeah. As long as you have your sea pass, you absolutely can do your drinks, even if you're not on a drink package and you just want to treat yourself to a drink or two while you're on the island, you just charge it to your account right on the boat. So they make it as simple as possible. With that being said, we had finished on the island at about 3:30. You can tap into Royal Caribbean's Wi-Fi service on the island. And just out of curiosity, I did. while we were lounging and drying off. I simply wanted to just check what kind of show times we were facing tonight. And word of caution, they can definitely change things around on you, which I mean, they do from time to time, not a huge deal. But we noticed yesterday that a few of the events that were scheduled for tonight got moved to tomorrow night. And in turn, I guess when they had changed around events, they also changed around the dress to impress night at dinner versus the casual Caribbean night. So when we realized what time it was and the fact that we needed to still get ready for now a dress to impress night, we decided it was time to go back to the boat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my word of advice would be always use your cruise compass, the app.
Yeah.
Make sure you are checking on that day that you're gonna walk into what you expected to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah,
we made it.
absolutely.
We got downstairs. And sadly, I would say, I think a lot of people had missed a little bit of that communication, and it eventually people came around later in the evening.
Either that or people were just going to dinner later tonight because of being out on the island.
Yeah.
Because I found when we were done dinner, coming out, there was a lot more people dressed up. So maybe just a little bit of a slower start, a later start to dinner. Maybe people did flexible dining tonight, knowing that they were going to be on the island a little later. But that leads into dinner. So dinner, night 2, I would say overall, really good.
Look, dinner last night was great. Fantastic, exceptional, and I think tonight was better.
Yeah. So appetizers, I had started. Jason's not happy about this. He hates the stuff, but I love the stuff. And one thing Royal Caribbean does really, really amazing is baked French onion soup. So there was no way I was passing it up. And they did not miss the mark at all with it. It was absolutely delicious. And I splurged and went with a second little appetizer. I did the fried calamari. Overall, the calamari, I would say, good flavor. The coating was nice. It was a bit rubbery, like a little bit more chewy rubbery than I would like. But I think that is a little bit to be expected when they're kind of pre-planning meals or pre-preparing certain appetizers ahead of time. I think that just happens with calamari when it maybe sits a little bit. It was fresh, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit more chewy than I would like. So that was my appetizers.
I'm glad you enjoyed the French onion soup.
I did. Thanks, hun.
So I had not the French onion soup, obviously, but again, glad you enjoyed yours. I just had a lettuce wedge as my starter. I'm a sucker for blue cheese, and so they brought a bowl that had a lettuce wedge, blue cheese crumbles, bacon. I think it actually came with some green onions on it, but it also comes with tomatoes, and I am funny about raw tomatoes. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Not on a lettuce wedge, that's for sure. And those were our appetizers. So then we kind of moved on to our main course, our entree.
So I had beef bourguignon, which is like basically somewhat of a twist on a beef stew, yet it's very rich. It's usually done in like a red wine sauce. They served it with white rice. It was really, really good, very tender, and very flavorful. I was super happy with dinner tonight.
Yeah. I had the chicken cordon bleu. It was good. Also good. It was chicken cordon bleu, but it was the chicken was big piece of chicken. Tender overall. The ham was good. You really tasted the Swiss cheese more than anything, I would say. It came with a particular type of Parmesan cheese sauce, Gruyere. Am I saying it correctly?
Prayer.
There you go. There you go. She'll always set me right when it comes to food names. It had that sauce, and it was delicious. Came with mashed potatoes and a little bit of some cooked carrots and I'd say steamed broccoli. And it was delicious. It worked out well.
Yep. Desserts. I would say it was a little bit of a combined effort with desserts. We both caved, and the warm apple cobbler spoke to both of us. It was just awesome, guys. It was super hot and served with a really great vanilla ice cream, and just the combination of the hot and the cold and all the flavor. It was like spot on. It was so, so good. And then we had decided to share a creme brulee. And then our waiter has been giving us recommendations every night and decided to give us a third dessert to share and try, which was the cappuccino chocolate cake. So what did you think about everything?
Well, first off, the waiter's just awesome. I mean, he gave us the Boston cream pie last night as our extra dessert, and that was pretty awesome. The chocolate cappuccino cake was better than expected. I wasn't expecting it to be very rich. I was expecting it to be very kind of light. It had a mousse top, but I gotta tell you what, the chocolate that was in the lower half was a lot more rich than I expected it. So that was an easy one to finish off. Space permitting.
I think you liked it more than me.
Okay.
Which I was a little bit surprised about, just because it was a cappuccino chocolate cake, and I love coffee. So I would say like the top of it was like a cappuccino mousse. That was really, really, really good. The chocolate cake itself was really good, but very, very rich. Like a very dense chocolate cake. Like you have to be an extreme chocolate lover, I think, to like this thing. It was okay.
But you're not as a fan of rich chocolate, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So that was probably like my least favorite dessert tonight. I think hands down, like the apple cobbler absolutely was to me, it was the winner in my eyes.
I agree. I actually, full disclosure, I actually started eating the apple cobbler by itself. And then I kind of switched over to the vanilla ice cream separately. And then I combined the two of what was left. Like, separately, they're awesome. Together, they're like, we'll call that dessert synergy. How's that?
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep. Yeah. Tonight, after dinner, we had the comedy show. The two comedians that we had tonight, they were just awesome. Super, super funny. It was about a 45-minute show all around. And just nonstop laughs. We lucked out. We had two awesome male comedians, and they had the room in stitches. It was just a super fun show.
It did. That was it was certainly intended for an adult audience
for sure.
No doubt about that. But look, if you're okay with that, and you can just laugh at yourselves, and you're okay with comedians that are also very engaging with the audience and will pull you in. And these two guys, that's exactly what they did. And they did a lot of things on the fly, asking people their names, where they're from, and just incorporating that. And you got to walk in there with a sense of humor, not just about or to say it differently, you got to have a sense of humor about yourself at times, because you might be that person. All in good fun and all in jest, and I think we were in stitches for about 45 minutes. It was
for sure.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and we did that in the Amber Theater, right?
We did, which to me was the first time I've seen comedians in there. They've always been in the comedy club, So I don't know if just the demand for the comedians are getting bigger and bigger, because that is one of the reservations that's super, super hard to get. So I don't know if they've just kind of moved them temporarily on certain nights to like a bigger venue.
Yeah.
But guys, it is what it is. It's a comedy show. You know, they're swearing. It's crass. It's just, like you said, good humor.
Yeah.
If you're easily offended, I don't think it's the show for you, honestly.
No.
But if you can go in, like Jason said, with a really good sense of humor, it's just a really fun time, for sure.
Then we had a small break.
We did have a small break, which we just walked around the pool decks, checked out the flow riders at the back. We just watched some people doing like stand-up surfing, the bodyboarding, and then we came back downstairs and did a show, kind of a game show that they host called Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah. Men versus women.
It was men versus women.
6 versus 6.
Yeah.
Great host. I think his name was Adrian.
Yeah.
From Jamaica.
Yes.
Very charismatic. Just right for the role. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Again, a little bit more, adult friendly, and that was A-okay.
Oh no, it's not adult friendly. That is an adult show.
All right.
For sure. They even give a warning before.
Sorry.
Yeah, they even give a warning before it starts that it's an 18+ show.
Yeah.
Because it's a riot, and you will absolutely be laughing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it comes with audience participation. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, because it's just fun. Long story short, they pick girls out of the audience, guys out of the audience, and they put them up to some tasks that are just absolutely funny all around.
Yeah. Neither of us got picked. I'm kind of glad. I didn't want to have to be like questioning decisions. Participate. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's all in good fun, and like I said, everybody had a blast, and highly recommend doing that. It again, about another 45 minutes to an hour worth of just fun. And that kind of closed out our activities for the night.
It did. We've been just walking around the ship. We are in the adult section right now, the Solarium at the front of the ship. It's just a really cool place to sit, lounge, enjoy. We were a little bit distracted a few minutes ago just because I didn't expect some of the hot tubs to still be open at this time of night. And they are. And people are enjoying them. So people were walking in and going in the hot tub behind us. So they close out certain ones, I think, at certain times to clean them. And then people are hopping out of that one and then going into other ones. So the nice thing is that it is a spot on the ship. There is no kids in this area. It's just very relaxing. Lots of water fountains. Just the really relaxing noises.
Yeah, very peaceful. A lot of water flowing here from... You can't quite see the fountains here right now, but between that and the hot tubs, you got a great breeze here.
Yeah, you're at the front of the ship. So if you're seeing our hair move, my hair move around, it's because just the most amazing ocean breeze is coming in at us right now. So,
and if you can find the moon, you'll see, certainly on a clear enough day or night, I should say, and see that moon reflecting on the water. We did get to see that earlier when we were towards the back of the ship. That's always an awe-inspiring and a pretty thing to see, right? So that's kind of
it for tonight.
Wrapping up
tomorrow.
Day 2. Tomorrow's another big day.
NASA,
yeah. Bright early-ish.
Yeah. I mean, guys, NASA is one of these ports that if you've been to it, you can kind of take your time getting off the boat. Some people don't get off the boat at all. I still like to get off the boat and just explore a little bit, maybe go into a few of the shops, see the new port area. Jason's never saw it before, so even if we're off the boat for just a couple of hours, I'll be happy with that personally. But I think it won't be as early as the start is today. Today was an early start because you do definitely want to enjoy as much of the island for as long as possible. But tomorrow, I think instead of us going towards the buffet for breakfast, we'll maybe take advantage of sitting down and having a really good breakfast in the main dining room.
Yep.
And then just getting off the boat after that. And we'll try and do some footage on the island for sure.
Absolutely. We did footage today, and we'll do some more tomorrow. Again, a lot queued up. Can't wait to show you guys.
Yeah.
And we're having a great time. And
We are.
We're hoping all of you are having a great time with us during this journey and many more journeys that we have to come. So thank you. Hope you guys have had just as wonderful a day as we have. And we will talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody. We will walk with you later. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.